What's up everybody? Welcome to a new shrEDIT. So in this week's edit, I would like to show you guys how I pack my bikes and some tips and tricks. Flying to New Zealand tomorrow and I can only bring 3 pieces of luggage. That's the max that I can take. And I'm flying with 3 bikes. Flying with my Specialized P3 pump track bike, my Stumpy short travel dual slalom bike, and my Stumpy 29er downhill enduro / trail bike. So for the past years, I've always been flying with the EVOC bike bags. They're amazing. Never had any problems getting to the destination and my bikes being damaged or whatever. They are great with putting the wheels in different compartments. You can even leave your discs on, your derailleur on. So one of the things I always use are these plastic brake pad spacers. You put them in the rear brake, you pop them in there, and that way the brake pads will always stay the same distance. You don't lose that leverage. What else do we need? We need something to take the discs off. I have center locks, so I need the center lock. Multi-tool. I use my Crank Brothers multi-tool for this. Pretty easy, handy. You can untie anything. And then the 8mm to get the pedals off. Sometimes they're really tight and you need just a little bit more leverage to get them off. Also a tip, with flying to New Zealand, wash your bike before you go. They're very picky when you go through customs or border security if you have any dirt on your bike. So tires underneath your saddle, pedals, make sure you clean that before you go over there. They do not like having dirty bikes in their country. It has to do with the soil that you're taking in and bacteria and stuff like that. First thing, take the pedals off. Pedals go in this little compartment. Next step, take the wheels out. I always prefer to put the axles back in the fork and in the rear. When they put something on top of the bike bag, the frame is not gonna get squished too much. So you have some extra support in there. If you want to, you can leave the derailleur on your bike. The EVOC bike bag is designed for that, so it's no problem at all to leave it on. I just don't like to take the risk. I always take the derailleur off just so it doesn't get bent. You never know, and I don't wanna get to Rotorua and find out I have to get a new derailleur or it's bent or something like that. So just to be sure, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna take off the handlebars, so I'm gonna leave the stem on. Make sure before you take off the handlebars, you mark them where the position is at, so when you arrive, you know exactly where they were. So the next thing we'll do now is put this frame pad on top of the bike. It goes right here, and then we'll attach the handlebar to it on the other side. So I got the pad on the frame and attached the handlebars to the pad right here with 2 straps. So perfect in place. And now we're gonna put the bike in the bike bag. So it's really easy. You put the bottom bracket on top of this plastic piece that is specially designed to put your frame on there. You pop in your derailleur, hang it below. Make sure you see this underneath, and you push the fork into the special design pad on the front as well. So the fork fits in there perfectly. It has 2 straps, and you tie the straps so the fork is in its place. Strap it up. The fork in there perfectly. I'll show you where the frame goes on. The frame goes on this piece of plastic, and I'll strap that as well. We got the 2 straps right here, making sure the bike is not going to move anywhere. You can pop the chain in there so that doesn't move. Tie the frame around the seat post right here. Then we got 1 big strap up here that we tie around the frame. And then there's 1 more strap for the handlebar, so the handlebar is not touching your fork. 1 more strap in front to tie the front of your frame. There you go. Perfect. So next up is taking my discs off. Even though the EVOC bike bag is designed in a way that you don't have to take these off, I just want to be sure, because I'm racing already the day after I arrive, that I don't get there and that my disc is somehow bent. You know, I'll just take a couple of seconds, pop them off, put them separately in the bike bag, and we're good to go. A lot of airlines will ask you at check-in if you have inflated your tires, so always make sure to let some air out of your tires. And one other thing that is always good to remember as well, that you can't travel with CO2 in your bike bag. They normally will take them out of your bike bag at security. Sometimes they don't see them. One tip I would give you is if you want to travel with CO2, put them in your toilet bag. And normally they won't take it out when you have it in there. And here we go. The last wheel popping in the bike bag. Ready to rock and roll. And cut again.